say no to the gas ban. Just tell them no. Here's a simple, easy way to do this. Let me open this up so you can get a better look. Okay, I'm back, by the way. Went to Costa Rica for a week, and you haven't seen my face or heard my voice in a week, so I'm back. Here we go. A couple of years ago, the policymakers in our little state decided that we need to get rid of gas, natural gas, CNG, compressed natural gas. They say it's bad for the environment. However, as policymakers often do, they don't think about the whole cost that's involved, because what they're trying to do is get rid of gas stoves, gas dryers, gas water heaters, which means that you will have to convert everything into electrical, right? This regulation is telling us that we have to convert everything to electrical. Now, some people have the electrical already set up in their house, and that's fine. But for a majority of the homeowners, especially the ones that have been done over the last 20 years in newer homes, may or may not have a 220-volt plug by their dryer or by their stove or by their water heater. And I think the water heater will take a 110, but that's not really the point. The point is that it's going to take a huge drain of your resources, your monetary resources, to get this updated. By going through planning, going through permits, getting the electrician out, getting everything done, you're looking at tens of thousands of dollars, if not what they're claiming is 50 to 100, right? I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how true $50,000 to $100,000 per household truly is, but it's still going to be an onerous tax, another tax on you as a homeowner. Even if you're a renter, you're still going to have to pay for it one way or another, because that means rents will go up. And if you're a commercial property owner, that means you have to go through all the units to make sure everything's converted to all electrical. That's going to get expensive. It means in 2027, if your water heater breaks or your stove breaks, you can no longer legally buy a stove or a water heater or a dryer in the 9 counties of the Bay Area and put it and replace your old gas appliance. Now you have to convert it into electrical. I know what you're saying. Well, Vito, I'll just go to Nevada or just go out of the county and find whatever I need. Yeah, you can absolutely do that, but it's illegal at that point. And that's the point. So if you're not for this gas conversion or electrical conversion and you want to do something about it, this is your opportunity. You can act now. You can write them this email. There's a link in my blog. There's a link. Go to my blog and you'll be able to jump through it and get this information. Put your information down there. Tell them that you're a homeowner or a small business. You don't want this to happen. You want this to be reversed. And normally I don't get into politics, but California's California. California's going to do what California does, right? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? I just don't want to pay tens of thousands of dollars to convert my gas water heater and dryer and gas stove into electric. That's just how I feel about it. So there you go. How to keep your valuables, not just your jewelry, but your valuables safe while you sell your home. Guys, this is like a no-brainer, right? Out of sight, out of mind. First of all, think about it. If you have jewelry hanging around in your jewelry box and it's hanging off on a little jewelry tree, like my daughter has, her jewelry isn't that valuable, but it's her trinkets. So it's still valuable to her. If you have anything of value, and the only thing in my head that's of value to me are my kids' first shoes. Everything else is expendable. You want to steal my computer, steal my truck, go ahead. I don't care, because I can replace that, right? I don't see those as valuables. I see them as commodities that I use to do my business. And I can do my business on any computer in the world the way I have it set up. So anyway, before listing your home, Make sure you take everything, not just your jewelry, and pack it away, or put it into a safe box, or take it to the bank and put it in a safe deposit box, or you can give it to your friends to hold on to, or you can take it with you. Right? That's all this thing really says. Lock it up, find a friend, take it with you. But the reality is out of sight, out of mind. Now, will home buyer or home shoppers go through all your packed up boxes? Probably not. It's kind of weird, especially if an agent is watching over them, which they're supposed to do when they're looking at a house. They're supposed to kind of keep an eye on what they're doing. But stuff will disappear. I've had remotes disappear. It's the weirdest thing, right? It's like, well, somebody took my thing, and I had a vacuum cleaner disappear, and it was the agent that actually took it. Stuff will disappear. Stuff of value will disappear if you're not careful. So if you have anything that's a family heirloom, if you have records that are valuable to you, if you have paperwork that's valuable to you, lock it away. Put it away, put it in a box, and stack 5 other boxes on top of it. And then you won't have to worry about it. You know that it's there. Just be careful. So don't tell me you never told me that this happens, because every time I sit down in a listing appointment and we get to the next level, I go, the first thing you're going to want to do is put away all your valuables, right? If you wear your jewelry every day, wear them, but put them in a safe spot. Get a lockbox, get a little safe. Get into the habit of keeping your stuff safe. It's just common sense, right? All right. Rates came down a little bit this last week. Whole tenth of a point. Whole tenth of a point. But here's the thing. We're celebrating because if you buy an average priced house in Santa Clara County, which is $2.4 million, the median price is $2 million. But I just wanted to see where this looked at. You're looking at, and you have great credit and you're putting 20% down, your payments are going to be $11,761 a month. On top of that, you get it right at 6%. This is Mutual of Omaha. This is not a quoted rate, and you're paying points to lower the price. The point I'm making is you can get your rate down below 6% today. Right? If you have crappy credit, if you don't have 20% down, if you don't have all that stuff, you have some kind of weird thing going on with your credit, get it fixed, and then go and buy a house and fix it up. But if you're slamming down, you're like, I need to buy a house today. Well, then you're going to have higher rates. But look, 6.625. That's an eighth of, or 8.76 points, or 7 beeps, I think it's called. Yeah, you can get it down. And HSBC is quoting no points at 6.433. Again, these are not quoted rates, but just be careful about it, okay? So talk to your lender, see where the prices are. If you have a 7% loan and you want to refinance, talk to your lender today, see what it's going to cost you. Delinquencies in the news. Everybody's saying delinquencies are up. Single-family homes are not a problem right now. Maybe they are in Texas. Maybe they are in, I don't know, St. Louis, wherever. But all across the United States, they're not reporting anything super crazy right now. So not something to worry about. This is updated May 21st, 2025. And for some reason, it's just doing January 1st. So let's see if they actually do 7. No, they don't. So anyway, we're still not looking at crazy amounts of increased pricing there, or increased bank owned or delinquencies. Existing home sales are taking longer to sell across the United States. We're at 4.7 months. 4.7 months. That means across the entire United States, if we stopped putting homes on market, it would take almost 5 months to get rid of all the houses that we have on market, provided they're priced right. Right? If your house is overpriced, and you've had 6 open houses and you've had 40 people come through and look at your house, and you still don't have an offer, guess what? Not much your agent can do at this point. It's the price based on the condition, the location, and the market. right? I can't tell you there's no rabbit for me to pull out of my hat. The market's contracting and you've been on market for 3 months and you're still waiting for the house to sell. You're still waiting for that first offer. Your house is overpriced. Okay. Measure E. I know we keep talking about this, but I want everybody to know, if you happen to see this, this is actually good news. San Jose decided to move the effective property transfer tax rate from $2 million up to $2.3 million, where your transfer tax basically quadruples when you sell your house, which is good. And for a long time, I've been complaining about the fact that at $2 million, which is the median sales price of a house in Santa Clara County, I mean, half of the houses that are selling right now would have to encounter this property transfer tax. That's moved up to 2.3. So now the average price is 2.45. So there's still a large amount of homes that are going to be affected by this. So just so you know, your house could increase in value almost $300,000 just by this one thing. Cupertino, house of the week, Hyannisport. I've actually been in this house when I was younger because I used to live over there. Hyannisport, not my listing, $3.788 million. This is Cupertino, not San Jose, so there's no transfer tax. Keep that in mind. 6-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,400 square feet, built in 1963. And it is right by, well, Deanne's is right here, and Lincoln and Kennedy and Monte Vista is right here. So it's right in the crux of this place. Crazy. And I actually been in that house. It's crazy. Luxury home of the week, Pebble Beach. I am going down to Monterey this week to go show houses, and I thought I'd take a look at this one. This is in Pebble Beach and around the 17-mile drive. That's where it is located. And this is not my listing. Olita Drive, I wish it was, $30 million, 8-bedroom, 9 and 2.5 baths, 10,000 square feet, built in 1925. Let's take a look inside of this gargantuan beauty. Wow. Yeah, you have some pretty decent views. Very old world decor. Every little detail, nook and cranny. See, this house is worth it. And here's the thing. This house is a market maker, right? They're saying, if you want this house, come and take a look at it. Their house is detailed. It's beautiful. Every little nook and cranny is updated, fixed up, repaired. Has a huge wine cellar. If your house isn't updated, if your roof is shot, if you need air conditioning, what have you, your kitchens haven't been redone or your bathrooms are dated, it's going to show, and people aren't going to want to pay the price that you want to offer, especially if it's overpriced. So don't yell at your agent when your house doesn't sell. This is San Jose, Willow Glen, house of the week, $4.5 million. So yeah, this one will get the transfer tax. It's Crescent Drive, not my listing, 5 and 4.5 baths, 3,800 square feet, built in 2025. This is brand spanking new. And let's take a look at it, where it is. So this is downtown Willow Glen, Lincoln Ave, right? It's walking distance to Willow Glen, and 5-bedroom, 4.5 baths. Let's take a quick look inside. I don't like the front end of this. It kind of looks fugly to me, but that's just me. It's brand spanking new. Whoever decided to design it this way, it's fine. Inside, it looks great. I think it's a pretty house. A lot of little details here and there, but it's all brand new. So they took an old house, tore it down, and put this 3,800 square foot house on it. Yeah, it's nice. Let's see if they, no, and they didn't even bother putting a floor plan on it. So there you go. Okay, so 12 Bay Area report, nothing crazy, nothing substantial to worry about. We're still at $11 billion in home sales in Santa Clara County, far more than San Mateo, even though San Mateo sells more expensive homes. That's probably why. I think we're in the sweet spot. Because if you look at Napa or Sonoma, you're looking at a lower volume of homes, but that's because there's less people that live there, right? And it doesn't command a whole presence. And we're in the middle of tech world, right? We have a bunch of tech jobs. We have VC money here. San Mateo has VC money, which is why homes are more expensive here. There's a lot more jobs here than there are up in Sonoma, which is more country, just like in Morgan Hill. You look at Morgan Hill, it's a little less expensive because it's away from the epicenter of our market, which is technically Palo Alto. You can argue that all day long, right? So a median sales price in San Mateo is $2 million, and the median sales price in Santa Clara is $2,025,000. We've been hovering at $2 million all year long, but the number of sales have plateaued. We have the inventory, but the interest rates are keeping buyers from coming out in droves, just like it was in 2021, which was our firestorm when rates were 2.5%. I don't think we're going to see 2.5% until the next global shutdown, but that's just my opinion. What do I know? And it takes 18 days to sell a house in Santa Clara County, which is the lowest, and the highest is Napa, which is 65. And months of inventory, Santa Clara County, we're at 1.8 months, meaning if we stop putting new houses on market, by the way, we put, how many new listings this week? 193 new listings on the market this last week. Yeah, so we're gonna, if we stop selling houses today, it would take 1.8 months to sell, about 2 months to sell everything we have. We had 169 homes go into contract this month or this last week. Same with Alameda. There's still pretty high volume, as well as Contra Costa. So more affordable means higher volume. There you go. And that's it for now. I'm back. Maybe not mind or soul, but my body's here. So if you're interested in knowing where I went, I already told you, or what I did, I have a couple great stories to tell you. I'm Vito with Abitano. Thanks for watching. We'll see you out there.